What up, big dogs? What's up with all the riders out there, man? Cheers to Saturday. Yeah, Saturday. Cheers to all my family out there, all the riders out there, all the real ones. So last night, right? Me and my wife we're doing our 30 days of Christmas. We're doing our 30 days of Christmas, and what our 30 days of Christmas is we do something from Thanksgiving all the way to Christmas. We do something every single day, holiday ish, Christmas wise. Sending out cards, making cookies, gingerbread houses, light displays, going out and about in the city of Denver, tree ceremonies where they light trees. We're big holiday people, right? And last night we get to doing what we're doing, and I start getting a buzz in my ear, like this ringing sound in my ear, and I'm like, "What is it?" And I've been told when you get a ringing sound in your ear, um, in real life, somebody's talking about you, right? And I counted down A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. So I got to R, and I'm like, whose name starts with a R? Anyways, um, I'm kind of tuning in to what's going on in the YouTube world. I got different channels that I tune in. Be safe out there, brother. Happy holidays. Small high salute to Miguel. What's up, my brother? Um, so I got certain channels that I got the notification bell. So I get a notification to people's channels, you know what I'm saying, that are live or whatever that put out a new video. And I see the homie. Big shout out to Raider Band. Mall High salute. He's up to almost 4,000 subs if he didn't already get them. Hard work pays off. You know what I'm saying? Congratulations to the 4,000 subs, bro. Um, I mess with Raider Band. Even though he's a Raider fan, I support his channel all the way. So I tune in and I click on what's going on with the Raider fans. I know they're real happy about being Broncos country this last game. And what up, Bronco fanatic? How you doing, fam? Happy holidays, homie. My Bronco brother. My high salute to the Cali homie, California Broncos country. So I kind of tune in to his channel, and it's a whole panel of Raider fans, and they're having a discussion. And right when I tune in, the whole discussion is about Broncos country. This Raider panel is talking about Broncos country, and I hear a couple words, and they're talking about how much they hate Broncos country, right? So I have to do something. I don't tune into the rest of the live stream, but I want to go back and see what they were talking about, because I always have to do investigation as a Bronco fan, a Bronco rider, real Broncos country. So, I exit from the live stream. I get up this morning and I'm like, let me see what these fools was talking about. And when I go back to the live stream, um, I start listening to that part of the live stream, and the whole part about that part of the live stream, they were talking about how they hate the Broncos fan base. They hate the Broncos organization, the franchise. And I'm like, bruh, because this is what they said. They said it doesn't matter what the Raiders do all season. All they want to do is beat Broncos country. That's their big goal. They're like, if we lose every game, I want to beat Broncos country. That's the team that I mark on my schedule, and that's the team that I want to beat. They don't care about being Kansas City Chiefs. They don't care about being San Diego. LA Chargers. They care about beating Broncos country. And I hear this all the time. Out of every Raider fan, mostly, they'll say, I want to beat Broncos country. Like, I don't care if we lose every game. I want to beat Broncos country. And I started thinking, like, Broncos country hasn't done anything since 2015. We haven't done anything to make people really mad. We've been at the bottom of the barrel, below 500 seasons, below 500 records. We haven't even really beat any team, but the hatred is real because off of what we done in the past, right? The hatred is real off of us holding up Lombardi trophies in front of our rivals. I've been on formats where the division foes, like Kansas City Chief fans, Raider fans, Charger fans, they all come together to go to war against Broncos country. And that kind of tells you Broncos country's done their work in the past. I would be pissed as a Bronco fan to see the division foes hold up trophies in my face. So I kind of understand it. It's not surprising, right? It's not something that, I don't understand. Because if I ever in my life seen a Raiders Super Bowl championship, bro, I would want to go play in traffic. I would literally want to hang myself. When Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl, bro, you know how, and they're not even my most hated team in the division. I hate the Raiders with a passion. I was born to hate the Raiders. I am the number one Raider hater. Like I consider myself, I'm not saying I am, but I consider myself in that top 3 of Raider haters, bro. I grew up hating that team. It's a hate-love situation for sure. I don't want them out of the division because I have so much history with Raider fans, but I get excited when Raiders are not successful. I get excited every season pretty much because when it boils down to it, they don't really actually accomplish anything that can make you mad. They don't win championships. And if they're not surpassing us with the ring check, because that's all that matters to me. Everybody else could spit something else about division and playoff. The only thing that makes Savage Sev mad as a Bronco fan is if the division foes actually pass us up with the ring check. That's all I care about is the ring check. I don't care about going to the playoffs, bruh. I don't care about just going to the playoffs or winning a division title. Yes, you have to do that to get to the ring. But when it boils down to it, it's only about the ring check with me, bruh. It's only about winning them rings. It's not even about just going to the AFC Championship for me. It's about really getting that ring. And if you're not surpassing Broncos country with the ring check, it don't even matter to me. I'm not mad. I don't get mad. I don't get mad if you have lesser rings than me and you have success in the regular season. It's not a biggie to me. As long as I got in my division, as long as I got the most in my trophy case and I got the most in the hardware store, it doesn't matter. You can't make a real Bronco fan mad when we have the hardware that we can sit on. See, that's the thing about it is we built a hardware trophy case and a hardware case out there that we can sit on it. And it's still funny that these fools are not going to surpass us. Not Kansas City Chief fans. They're not going to surpass us with the ring check. I can almost promise you that. They might not ever win a ring ever again. And all this era, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, it will go down as you almost did. You almost caught almighty Broncos country with the ring count, with that hardware. But Broncos country done it so much, we can sit on it. I'm not worried about the Chargers winning a ring. If they won a ring, I would be happy for the real Charger fans. I wouldn't even be devastated, bro. I wouldn't even really be mad because Chargers, they ain't never ever did anything for me to be pissed off. And I know Charger fans will say, but they're in your division. We're in your division, and we run the division. We got that boy right there. I'm telling you, bro, it doesn't matter because when it all said and done, I have the hardware to talk. I have the hardware to sit on. You can't eliminate rings, bro. You can't eliminate division titles. You can't eliminate conference titles. And guess what? My team has done it. I've experienced it, bro. I've been a part of all of it. There's not really too many fans in the AFC West that can say that besides Broncos country, because even the younger generation of Bronco fans that just barely started becoming Bronco fans, they've experienced a Super Bowl ring. You can't really say that about anybody else. So these young Bronco fans that are not even grown enough to even been watching football, they've experienced a Super Bowl ring. They've experienced a Super Bowl ring, and there's a lot of fools that been fans of these other teams generations, millenniums, that ain't even got to see their team actually compete in a Super Bowl. There's fans of the Raiders Nation, the new ones, that, I'm sorry, you're never really going to be able to see success, youngsters, young family out there. You will always be what has come to the Raiders Nation. You will be in a fan base that got an image of darkness and this tight, image of I'm on the dark side. That's what holds you, having the support system of the Raider fans. So congratulations on that, but when it comes to what matters, ring checks and winning rings and winning the real thing that matters in the NFL, you might never get to experience that. And that's really something to be said. So then, I'm like, man, the hate is real, bruh. The hate is real. You know what I'm saying? And there's one dude on the panel, and I had to laugh because, in the Rocky Mountain region. He's in the Rocky Mountain region. He's somewhere where there's a lot of Bronco fans. He lived in Denver, Colorado, lived in California, and he started talking about him going to the Mile High Stadium. He started talking about how when he goes to the Mile High Stadium, there's so many empty seats. But when I think about it, bro, regardless of what you're saying about empty seats, is we ain't never, ever, ever, ever tarped off a whole section in our stadium because of the audience. We ain't never had to tarp off a whole section in the stadium to stop blackouts. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not something we do. We've had disgusting records, bro. And regardless of what people want to say, the fans still show up in a terrible records. Like I said the last time, till the fans really get smart and they start showing through action, I'm not going to go to the game. There might not be change, bro, because Bronco fans, they are too loyal and they will show up on game day. And not even saying that. Look at when we travel, we invade stadiums, and this is with records that are terrible. We don't have good records, and we still travel well. We still invade stadiums, including Las Vegas, when we painted that whole stadium orange. And that's a terrible Bronco team. But we did it. We painted the whole stadium orange. The whole stadium of Las Vegas was orange. It looked like there was more Bronco fans in that stadium than Raider fans, bruh. And that's off of terrible records. So that's not saying much, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yes, there's been a consecutive sellout streak since the 70s. Every year, sellouts. And that don't come from the owners buying the tickets. That comes from season ticket holders having tickets. And then sometimes the season ticket holders just don't go to the games. You know what I'm saying? That's why you'll see maybe empty seats, but never in the history of Broncos country have we have a blackout because of the audience. That comes from other teams like the Raiders, because the Raiders had a whole era of football that every single game was blacked out to the national television. And the reason why they had to cover the section in the Raiders stadium was because they wanted to stop the blackouts. And to top it off, it was in a baseball stadium. That means your stadium was the littlest stadium in the whole league, and you could not sell out your stadium. You still had the worst attendance in the league. Let's speak about it, bruh. Regardless of how many empty seats in Mile High Stadium, we still have more numbers than any Raider game when it was in Oakland, bruh. We still had more fans in our stadium than Raiders games in Oakland. Let's just be real. Let's don't be biased. Let's don't talk about. And then, you know what's crazy? OG, or whoever he is, he went and started saying, I'm in donkey land, donkey country, and I hate the Broncos fan base because it don't have a spine. It's the softest fans in the FC West. They don't have heart. They switch on the team. Yes, Bronco fans, there's a lot of Bronco. I'll admit, there's a lot of Bronco fans that one week they're so up to par, the next week they hate the team. And he also said that he's out here and Bronco fans talk stuff to him constantly at 3-7. So is it the Bronco fans don't have a backbone and they don't talk when the team is not doing good? Or is it the Bronco fans will talk every single time, even if they're 3-7? That's a contradiction. You know what I'm saying? Like, that goes with any fan base. I do not care, bruh, what fan base you are. When your team's not doing good, Sorry to say, I met Raider fans that don't even represent when their team's not doing good. You could talk 100% smack to them dudes, and they won't even represent their logo. They're not like me. I represent regardless, any given day. Don't matter how bad it is. I talk stuff constantly. You know what I'm saying? Let me see real quick. What up, all my riders? What's up, Brandon Rogers, Jay Millie, Awesomeness Sports? What's good with all my riders out there? Hey, Z, what's up, bro? Bronco Fanatic. What up, Gerald? What's good with you, man? But yeah, bro, it's crazy to me, man. It really is crazy to me how bad the Broncos have been since 2015. I admit it. I'll be the first to admit it. We've been a franchise that went over the edge, and it seems like we're not coming up for air. But it's crazy to me, even with that, how much hate Broncos country has accumulated over the years, and it still holds strong to this day. We've made the division so pissed off of our success because every Bronco fan out there, bro, like I said, new, old school, newborns, they all been in an era where they've watched the Broncos win a Super Bowl ring, and they've been experienced a Super Bowl parade and success. And you can't say that for hardly anybody in the division besides maybe the Chief fans. And they're lucky they've got that ring, because we would be the only team in the division that actually got to experience the pinnacle of success. And that's heartbreaking. That's one of them things that will make you go crazy, bro. It's success. It's success. You know? Let's answer some of these questions to all my riders, man. Be safe out there. Sev, happy holidays. We are the Super Bowl fam because they know they'll never win us their team. You know, and that's the big thing is, you know, that was one thing that somebody told me this week. What happened to the Seattle Seahawks? Yes, I experienced that. But what happened 2 years after that? I experienced that third ring and hold it up in the division's face, running the division, consecutive wins over everybody in the division. So this ain't nothing new. Everybody's saying sweeps and this and that. We were doing that for years, bruh. We swept. So you guys are just doing what we did. We already did that. You know what I'm saying? And yes, this is a new era, but it is what it is, man. What up, Awesomeness Sports? Some Raider fans will deny it, but they always have the Broncos game circled. That's what I get. That's what I get from it, is they will always have that circled, regardless of any other game. They don't even care about, they don't have hatred towards the Chiefs. And yes, they say that's a bigger rival than Broncos country and Raiders nation. But I've been on social media for years, man. And the big fan bases that go at it with each other is Broncos country and Raiders nation. It's not nobody else. Them two fan bases, they hate each other with a passion, You're a Bronco hater. We hate the Raiders. In Broncos country, we grow up hating the Raiders all the way around, to the point I don't want them to ever be happy. I don't want a Raider fan to ever be happy. And they usually are not. When they beat the Broncos, definitely, they're always happy. I heard Raider fans after the Broncos game honestly say, I can see them going to the Super Bowl. Bro, you're not going to the Super Bowl with your regime because you beat the Broncos team. That's not going to happen. I'm sorry, man. You guys are too hype. But then again, you know, they got a lot of car haters over there that the whole fan base is separated. Big Millie, AZ, facts. Taking break from my honey. Do list. You good, brother? I'm good. What up, man? I seen Bronco fans still repping even after losing they Super Bowls. Yeah, bro. Because the thing about it is, bro, is that I'm gonna be 100% real with you, Millie. Is you know, Broncos country was a small marketplace, bro. You didn't really get superstars out here in Broncos country, and we were a smaller city. So when you get a smaller city, and not like California, the big cities in New York and Texas, It's usually really people genuine start loving that team. And Broncos country out here in Denver, Colorado was everything for a long time. So the love for Broncos country, it was real deal, bro. Like that's all we had in the city and state. It was not a big city and state. So, with all the petitions, it just went to go show you how much love Broncos country had. Broncos country after losses in 77, 86, 87, 89. The Broncos fan base still loved the Broncos. They didn't give up. They gained a lot of Bronco fans outside of the city and states because everywhere I go now, a lot of people, even on Facebook, you're gonna get Bronco fans everywhere. You're gonna have Bronco fans everywhere. I'm sorry, people could say, oh, it's just in the region of the Rocky Mountains, bro. Broncos country is a team that's loved everywhere. You got chapters everywhere. And people, they don't want to hear that, but it's the truth. Not even the biggest market of Broncos fans is not in the United States. I mean, Mexico City, big chapter of Bronco fans, all Spanish. And that's outside of the Rocky Mountain region. And we have one of the biggest followings in Mexico City. Now, I won't say every Bronco fan is like me, all crazy about it, but you can't just throw a blind eye to how loyal Broncos country is, because that's definitely not the fact. We represent regardless. There's real Broncos country, generational, that represent regardless. And, I think with me, I think because I'm so intertwined and I go to war with other fans, there's real fans from every fan base, bro. You ain't gonna just tell me. You ain't just gonna bring this up with a person that has a stature of me in Broncos country and then try to throw a blind eye to the real fans and act like every fan is just, not loyal to the orange and blue. You really got stuff twisted, man. You really do. Because there's people that I know that went to their deathbed, bro, generations since the 60s, representing this team till they died, to the day they died. And they stayed loyal to the squad. They stayed loyal with the squad. They lived Broncos football. You know what I'm saying? I almost got into a fight on my way to work because a 49er fan was talking mess about my Broncos. I wasn't even wearing my gear, but I had to check him because he was talking crazy. I was happy to see Elway finally. And that you always want to have that aspect of, the squads represent, bro. And like you a Niner fan, homie, you want to see good players get a Super Bowl ring, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially when they had all them troubles. And that's just the truth. What up, Daniel Berry? My high salute to you. To let everybody know that don't know me as a Raider fan since 1980. And because I've been twice to Old Mall for the Raiders Broncos, I'm going to say that I have mad respect for your team. And Miguel, bro, and that's what I'm saying. You a real one that's been around through the trenches. You've seen a lot of stuff. And you've been out here to Denver, bro. It's a respect situation. That's why I like you, bro. You can come to the stadium, bro, with me, and I'm gonna show you a lot of love, bro. I'm gonna show you hospitality. I'm gonna buy you a beer. We're gonna have a good time. Ain't nobody gonna disrespect you, and it's that's the respect aspect. But I find it with a lot of people, they get caught up in these images, bro, on both sides, where they take it to an extreme where, now, everything in their possibility is to downgrade and disrespect other organizations. I've been like that. I've been guilty of it. My whole life, I've been a Bronco fan that made it first priority to hate the Raiders. And me and Miguel, the homie right here that I'm talking, me and him didn't start off with the best relationship, bro. Me and him went to war. Me and him couldn't even stand each other at first. If I recall in the Google Plus days, me and him, we were going to war, and we said disrespectful stuff to each other. But then after a while, I kind of started realizing homie's a real passionate fan, and I could respect that. I could respect a real passionate fan from fan bases, man. But there's a lot of people that will never give the respect when the respect is due, when credit's due. You know what I'm saying? Like they build this image And I catch it with, the new generation Raider fans, like, that I come across. Um, they have to hold this persona. You can't really talk to them fools about football without them saying, go suck a dick, or, saying your mama's a pansy, or, you a saying the bitch word. Like, when did that ever become the trash talk? Like, we could talk about each other's team, but that's when fools don't have the dialect and the knowledge of real football. It becomes that. It become a personal attack, and that's how a fool lost the war. That's how a fool lost the war. When you can't, when I could bring up some stats and know a little bit more about your team than you know about your team, and I'm telling you who are these players, Kenny Sablers and the Assassin and old school Bo Jackson, bro, and you don't even know these dudes. You don't even know really the history of the Raiders. That's not a good look. How can anybody say you a real Raider fan, bro, when a Bronco fan knows all about that history? Because in this AFC West, I grew up hating the Raiders, so I always had to know what the enemies was about. I always had to know what they were thinking. You know what I'm saying? To see what aspect we had to dialect through, and what direction of traffic we had to go. You know what I'm saying? And it was always a good time, bro. You know what I'm saying? But I just kind of find it funny when, I would kill for the Giants, homie. Yeah, kill for your squad, Rada. But just to understand, they'll never pay you $1 million, my homie. I had to get out. I used to be the fool and that's the thing about it. I matured, homie. I matured, to be truthful. I used to be the fool at the stadium, my stadium, making it hard for people coming in. I have a aggressive nature about me, bro. Making it hard for anybody in my sector that's not a Bronco fan. Being disrespectful. I done a lot of disrespectful to other fans, And then growing up, I have family that went to the games and got disrespected from Broncos country, disrespected from the fan base, Broncos fans, and they got disrespected, bro. And I'm telling you, if I was there, ain't no Bronco fan gonna disrespect my family, bro. My wife's dad and all that stuff, bro. I would have been fighting, I would have been fighting people. But I grew up fighting people over Broncos country. I was in the joint banging over Broncos country. And I just have that demeanor about me. And sometimes my mouth has caused confrontations. Sometimes I've got physical over Broncos country. But it's not really that serious, my people. I'm 37 now, and I realize it's just a game. And it's a game that don't pay Savage. I don't get $1 million. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I've kind of toned it down. I try to be respectful. But then you got, people take kindness for weaknesses. Sometimes you gotta come out that character, and you gotta really represent the squad. Because if it didn't mean to me, bro, I want to have all this, bro. I want to be branded with Broncos country, man. If it really didn't mean something to me, it's deeper than just a game. It's a family generational thing, bro. My grandfathers were Bronco fans. It was a ritual in our family, a straight ritual, bro. Like, that was our church. You was going to watch games at the grandpa's house, the family's house. You better be there. You getting violated if you ain't at the Bronco function. And that's the aspect. But like, I won't say Raiders Nation is the worst fan base. Like, there's a lot of loyal Raider fans. Don't get me wrong. And you can't generalize a whole fan base, though. You can't say, this about a whole fan base, because there's riders, there's real ones in every fan base. If that was the case, I would generalize every Raider fan as not being knowledgeable, because that's a big stigma on a lot of Raider fans, that they just don't have football knowledge, that they just represent the colors. That's not the case whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? I know real Raider fans that put it down for Raiders history, that know the history, that's been a part of the aspect. But I grew up hearing this. Raider fans they're not the smartest football fans. They just put on the jersey and they want to scream Raiders, like, that's the stigma of outside. That's a view from outside of other fans that really have this image of Raider fans. But you can't generalize every Raider fan like that. So when it comes to Broncos country, You other foes can't just say, oh, every Bronco fan was a bandwagon and they came Peyton Manning era. Because there's a generation of Bronco fans that were here in the 60s, bro. If it wasn't for Broncos country, this team wouldn't be in Denver no more. If it wasn't for the fans, it wouldn't be in Denver no more. They signed petitions to keep it out in the city, Mile High City, and that's where it stayed because Broncos country was going to get sold to Chicago or Alabama. It was going to be Alabama Broncos. It was going to be Chicago Broncos. And that's just hard facts, homie. Al and I are real Cowboy fans. Yeah. I know who the real ones are. You've been representing always, bro, and you always kept it respectful. You know what I'm saying? And that, you just got to understand it's all about fandom, bro. It's all about having a good time, cheersing. Always talk stuff to your rivals, but don't get this aspect where it's a thing where you really start generalizing whole fan bases, because it's not like that, bro. I'm the first to, bro, and I'm the first to call out my own fan base because not everybody that represents the Broncos team is a real fan to me. Dang, you really gay. Why would you even ask that, bro? You really want to know that? What's wrong with you, man? See, I don't know, bro. That's not a good look for the Giants fan base to be asking questions like that. But yeah, bro, it's like I had my ear was buzzing and I had to come speak on it, man, and it was crazy because right when I turned on the live stream, they were talking about Broncos country. They were talking about the fan base and Raider Ben. He's the homie, bro. Don't get it twisted. And he told exactly why he can't stand Broncos country because Broncos country made him eat dog food. And I witnessed it. I witnessed the homie eating dog food and he threw up and he got sick off of it. And ever since, I've been trying to get another dog food bet. See, you guys would have made me eat dog food a couple years in a row, but no Raider fan wanted to do that. I asked multiple times, let's make a dog food bet. Nah, bro, I'm not doing that. And luckily, nobody answered the call because I would have ate dog food one of them years, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I was dreading it. But I was still here to answer that call. Like, let's get it going, bro. You really confident about that silver and black? Let's get it going. You really have faith in the silver and black? Let's make the dog food bet. Nah, bro, we don't want it. We don't want that smoke. I remember making pistol port. Yeah, it's been and I remember when it was good times, Bronco fanatic at that time, man. When I came in after you brought me in. Those were good hate weeks, bro. There was real life warfare in the TTC trash talk circle behind that warfare because you had multiple video makers for Broncos country. You had multiple video makers for the Raiders fan base, and we went to war. And we had epic hate weeks. There was some good hate weeks in the AFC West. And, over the years, it just kind of died down, and for a minute I was the only one really making videos in the whole AFC West because they were gone and a lot of Broncos country took time off, and they took time off. But yeah, it was crazy, bro. That's what I look forward to, man. That's what I look forward to. Them hate weeks, them games at that time was a circle game also, but I never been the aspect to say that's the only game I care about either is the Raiders game. Like, bruh, I'm trying, as a fan of somebody that's touched success and that breathes success and experienced the good times, experience more of good times and a lot of bad times, because this is new to me. All this Broncos below 500, I've never actually experienced too much of that. I've been spoiled. I've experienced great seasons and great runs. And even when Broncos country was down and out in the Kyle Orrin days and Jay Cutler days, you know what I'm saying? Bubby Brister, Brian Greasy, the Tim Tebow days. You know what I'm saying? Plummer was the truth. But there was not really a lot of below 500. We were still in the process of making playoff runs. We were still going to the playoffs. So, that's the thing about it is as a fan, majority of my life has been success. 89, bro, was successful. They went to the Super Bowl. They lost it, but 90s was successful. We were still making the playoffs in the early 2000s. Went to the AFC Championships in 2005 with Jake Plummer, the Snake. We were still, and by normal fans, that's enough to make somebody feel like they did something. Going to the playoffs, you hear it all the time. You're not making the playoffs. While by normal fandoms, that the people that are normal fans that only experience that's the pinnacle of their success. So in them terms, Broncos country's experienced that, bro. We experienced it all. This has been a hard road. This has been an aspect we're not used to for sure, because our franchise ain't never been like that. Our franchise ain't never experienced a long decades of not successful, but this is only of my being a fan of really being a fan. 20% of the whole time I've been a fan it's been a bad situation. The rest, 80%, has been good. You know what I'm saying? And to top it off, the way that the Broncos won their first 2 rings, back-to-back series. And don't try to say that's not impressive, because when it boils down to, there's only a handful of teams that have done a back-to-back series. There's only a handful of teams that have done a back-to-back series. So the fashion that we want ours outnumbers and outplays the rest of the division. Let's talk about it, man. You know what I'm saying? There's not really nobody in the division that ever will experience the back-to-back series. And Broncos country is a team with the little amount of teams that have done it. We are the label holder of that. The back-to-back champions, bruh. Let's get it right. But I love everybody, man. The real riders, I think my homie Nutty Raider was over there last night. You know what I'm saying? And I caught that aspect, bro. And I thought it was hella funny when I caught it. I listened to it and I'm like, man, this fool really trying to cap. He said, the Broncos fan base does not have a spine, does not have heart. But then he went on to say, it doesn't matter if the Broncos are 3-7, they're still talking stuff. I'm like, isn't that like two different things? Isn't that like a contradiction right there? You either don't have heart and you shut up when the team's bad. And he also said the Bronco fans talk at 3-7. And I had to say, bro, that's a walking contradiction right there. You just said two different aspects of what Broncos country is. Let's be real. Let's be real, Riders. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't not have heart and be soft, but then talk stuff when your team's 3-7. You cannot have no heart, but be showing up to these games in visiting team stadiums and basically outnumbering the home team, like with bad records, bruh. Let's talk about it, homie, because you watch every road game of Broncos country this year. With our record, with how many records we have below 500, we still are invading stadiums with all orange. Everybody's stadium. We invade everybody's stadium with records like this, bro. Imagine when Broncos country's on top, how crazy the fan base is. This is invading other people's stadium with bad records, bro. And you're going to say the Broncos fan base don't have heart? Well, I don't know what heart is to you, but that's the truth. And not to mention, bro, we're not going to speak facts. Like I said, that radiant Las Vegas game, there was a lot of orange in that stadium, bro. In Las Vegas, a lot of orange, where they were saying it looked like there was more Bronco fans than Raider fans. And this is Broncos country that's been awful. This is Broncos country that's been awful the last 7 years. How don't you have heart? How is a fan base despicable when you still showing up to them games? I don't know. That tells a lot about Broncos country still supporting, and we ain't getting no support back from the team. We don't get support back from the team because the team absolutely don't do nothing for the fan base right now. but make us look stupid. But we come back every week. We come back every week. You know what I'm saying? And the home crowd, I ain't never seen actually the Broncos stadium actually get overtook, regardless of how bad the team's been doing. There ain't been no teams that came here and just absolutely overtook Broncos country anytime in my whole fandom. Never, bruh. I ain't never experienced that. The closest was the Pittsburgh Steelers and the 49ers. And they still didn't overtake the stadium. Yes, they came deep. I'll give them props for coming deep, but still didn't overtake the stadium. Not like how we overtake the stadium. You know what I'm saying? I'm in college football frenzy when I got the notification that you were on. You know what it is, Rada. My dude, A Fizzle. Mile high salute to you, Texas Savage. You know what it is. Mile high salute to you. I don't do college, really, Texas. I am a homer of Colorado, so I ride with all Colorado teams. I like all Colorado teams. I want my state to do good. I'm loyal to the soil, big bro. You know what I'm saying? What up, Manny Moda? What's good with you, bro? Mile high salute to you. You know what it is. I'm always talking shit regardless. If my team is bad, fam, I'm on YouTube making videos right now. But I'm active on Twitter. Yeah. And we know that. We know my rider. I know definitely, bro. They could say whatever they want, but I know you represent to the fullest, and I know where you're at. You're not in Denver. You're really in behind enemy lines, so it's all respect. You know what I'm saying? You still represent out there in California, all respect. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth. You know what I'm saying? I only can have respect. I circled the Denver Broncos game on the schedule because I want to go to Denver and party with you guys. Yeah, and we turning up. Definitely, Rada. We turning it up. You know what I'm saying? Like when you come out here, Miguel, I got, we got the tailgate, bro. We in La C, we turning up, bro. It's gonna be a good time. And just because me and you, we have respect and we've went to war. This is one of the homies that I've done went to war, and then we good friends now. Where I consider the homie a real friend because he shows my channel a lot of love, support. Broncos country sometimes don't show the channel all the love, but you catch my homie Miguel on every video that he can get on, represent, like, respect, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what real fans do. What up, Daryl? What's good with you, homie? Mile high salute. You know what it is. Jay Millie, Wesley, what's good with you, homie? That's like us. Nobody has taken over Candlestick or Levi's. Well, we do run deep and take over other stadiums like LA. And Jay Millie, to be honest, bro, your homies came out deep. I was actually surprised how deep you fools were. You were deep, definitely. I can't take nothing from your fan base, but it was all good because I'm who I am. And I walked through the tailgate of the 49ers fan base. And I was over there and, fools was still showing me love. Like, dang, homie, you a rider. Because I'm still representing Broncos country. Broncos in a sea of red where they had their lot. And them fools were handing me beers. And we were both happy the Raiders lost because we're both Raider haters. And I had actually a good time with the 49er fans, bro. And that just kind of earned more respect for how they get down because, there was nobody that tried to get all crazy. They showed me love. I showed them love, and it was all love, homie. And what's crazy that day? My homie AZ's on here. My homie AZ. There was actually, to be truthful, there was actually it was crazy because there were some fools that came from California, and one of their homies was a Raider fan. So automatically, you're at the Broncos game. You got two fan bases that hate the Raiders, and you lost, and you don't expect the fan bases to get on your helmet and talk some stuff. And tell me why every fan that was up there didn't have no issues with the 49er fans. They were good people, all show respect. Tell me why I literally had to get aggressive with the Raider fan and really get to tripping. And when I got to tripping, he turned down every aspect. No, bro, it's just a game. I said, nah, homie, you're at my stadium, and I don't give a care about what you're talking about. Now let's go get the fade. Nah, bro. Tell me why out of every 49er fan, I didn't even have no issues, bro. I didn't get to tripping. But when it came to a Raider fan, he was up there. He was out of element. I had to check this fool. I had to get on this fool's helmet. That's the crazy part, bro. Um, that's like us. Yeah, we respect real fans, not the bandwagon ones. Yeah, and I respect all real fans too, homie. Like, I build a good resume with real life fans, homie. And I respect real life fans. I respect being able to go to a tailgate, meeting fans from all over, from other teams, and they connect. We can have a beer together like real fans is supposed to, not fools that come and put on this persona of, yeah, we're the dark side, so we're gonna act up. Like, you sometimes you gotta know what the situation is, and you got to understand, bro. Like, you can't. What a Raider band. Hey, Raider band, bro, I caught your thing, bro. Your live stream last night was buzzing in the ear, bro, and I heard you talking about Broncos country. But like I said, man, respect to you, 4,000, bro. But your panel, the homie on the panel talk about he in Colorado. I'm like, bruh, you contradicted yourself twice, fam. That fool contradicted himself twice, man. And I was like, I had to talk about it today. But you know what it is, bro? 4,000 subs. Congratulations to that. Keep that pushing. You're gonna be up to 5,000 next, homie. It's always trash talking with the sport. I'm a Raider. I'm a Raider fan, and I'm not tripping. You a Bronco fan. It's all respect. I respect all the real ones, man. All the real fans, and you could always tell. You could always tell the real fans from the fake, bro. One thing about me, I'll get on the helmets of Broncos country, bro. I don't agree with everything Bronco fans do. Definitely not, bro. I can't stand how you switch up every 2 seconds. Like, there might be some success, and you look at the bad things, bro. And it's like, come on, Rada. I hate the Broncos because of all the bets I lost to you. You made me eat dog. I never want y'all to beat us again. Nah, homie, and you have a reasoning because honestly, fam, we had history, bruh. Your homies done made me crack eggs on my head, bro. And I paid it off like a savage. I owe Pisto a hat. You know what I'm saying? I'm sending that fool a hat this week. I done, the last 3-4 years, Rada. You guys been getting us, bro. And I go to war, I go to bat, but Broncos ain't backing me up. But when you ate the dog food, homie, that earned all my respect as a real fan, because you didn't bow down, you didn't back down, you didn't say, "Oh, I'm not doing it, homie." You represented that like a real G. And there's a lot of fools that wouldn't even pay that shit up, bro, because a lot of fools, when they have to and they're backed in the corner, they're not gonna do that because they don't got the heart to do that. They'll run their mouth, but they don't got the heart to pay up the bets. Last year I got you. Yeah, homie, and I had blood, bro. I had blood on my head because the Raiders got us. You know what I'm saying? And I had to eat my words because everybody knows me as a big trash talker, bro. I literally trash talk when I don't even have the right to. But I gotta represent, homie. I can't just go in under a rock. That's one thing about me. I'm never gonna go under a rock. I might look foolish. I might look hella foolish, bro, but it's sometimes you got to hold it on your back. You got to hold that logo on your back and be bigger than even the team, because the team they're not holding it down like they're supposed to. And I always had that persona, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of why a lot of individuals, bro, and I'm not even showboating, bro. A lot of people be like, homie, they like, one fool told me Broncos need to pay you they need to pay you some checks. Russell Wilson need to send you some of that money. I said, dang. I said, he need to pay the Savage, homie, for holding the logo on the back. And then fool's making Savage look like a fool. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy, bro. But yeah, bro, it's always good times, man. New age. Yeah, bro, I've been going through misery for the squad, bro. But there's one thing about me, boy. I'll never jump ship. It's always going to be a part of me, because my family is generational Bronco fans. I'm not a fan that just picked this up. I didn't pick it up and say, "Oh, I like orange. Oh, this is a cool color. Oh, this, bro." This shit was embedded. This shit was embedded, bro, since I was a baby, homie. I was a Bronco fan before I came out the womb, bro. I was born in the South Stands. And if you know anything about the South Stands, real Broncos country, and fools that ain't even Broncos fans, the South Stands were the most rowdiest stands in Mile High Stadium ever. And that was the place you didn't go with rivals, teams, jerseys, or no team, because you would get harassed. They were rowdy fans, and that's what we relate to, the South Standers. You know what I'm saying? I will always represent the South Standers, because that's what the real Broncos country, that's what I grew up off of. Not none of this new this millennium stuff and this new age Broncos country. Like, it's watered down. There's a lot of watered down fools that say they represent this logo. And yes, Peyton Manning was gonna bring fans, but they got it misconstrued, bro. Like, they messed up a lot of things with the fan base. They expect it. Now they expect what Peyton Manning did to every single season. You have to have patience in this thing of football. You don't have a good team that just comes overnight. You got to have patience. It takes time to build that shit, bro. By kicking every head coach out of Denver, you're not going to get what you want, because every year it's going to be a new system. It's going to be trying to get acclimated to new play calling, new higher ups. You can't build like that. You have to have patience. And one thing about Broncos country, the fans are not patient. They start hating a player after one game. One game, bro. And I don't agree with that. I agree old football. Them dynasty teams back in the day, it was years of building, bro. It was years of building them dynasties. That didn't come overnight. It was years even with the Peyton Manning era, bro. It took many years for us to get to 2015, that Super Bowl ring. We had to take our bruises and bumps, thick and thin. We had to lose a Super Bowl. We had to lose against Flacco. We had to lose against Andrew Luck to get to that Super Bowl 50. And we finally got over that pinnacle. And I won't take anything for granted with that. That will always be embedded, because first and foremost, it was a little time before we even got to the Super Bowl aspect. And winning 3, because my fellow Raider homies, the homies that are Raider fans, that's all they used to tell Broncos country. Catch up to the ring count. We got more rings. I heard that all my life. Catch up to the ring count. You guys you haven't caught up all these years. So when I finally reached that to tie them with the rings, I absolutely would cherish that to the wheels fall out, bro. I won't take that for granted, because it's so hard to win a ring. It's so hard to win a Super Bowl ring. And that's why you haven't seen Patrick Mahomes win multiple rings. And he's a legendary generational player of this era, and he only has one ring, because it's hard, bro. So Broncos country, just remember that, bro. Remember how hard it is to win a ring. And when you feel like crying, when we win games and you still feel like crying because the offense didn't throw 300 yards and, the quarterback didn't throw 4 touchdowns in the game, and you're not blowing teams out by 30. Remember, bro. Remember these days. Remember these days when it was miserable football. Stop getting ahead of yourself. Because Savage, I'm always happy with a W. It don't matter. It don't matter how you get that W. It just matters that you get the W. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. Raider on Raider violence tonight. On Black Saturday should be PPV material pull up. Have a great one, Sev. I'm always riding with you. Yeah, you already know. Mile high salute to the real ones. And bro, you took one for the nation. Much respect. Hey, if you guys don't know, go sub up to Raider Ben. He keeps it 100% with all the real fans. He's a Raider, one of the better Raider content creators out there for sure. And, he always keeps it lit, though. I'll give him respect on that, man. He always keeps it lit, Like I said, man, holiday season, man. I'm thankful for the holiday season. It's going on 30 days of Christmas for Savage. I'm back in the gym. I'm back to that iron, man. I fell off because I got sick again. But, it's great things coming, man. And like I said, this new year for this channel, it's going to be litty, man. I'm changing it up, but I'm definitely going to surround myself with the real. Like, I'm not messing around with none of that toxicness stuff no more, bro. Like, I know the real riders that support, and it's always going to have love. It's always going to be love and respect to all the real riders out there, man. That's all I ask for. Be real 100%. Don't be two-faced like I've been seeing a lot. You know what I'm saying? Two-faced. Be real, bro, with yourselves. You know what I'm saying? Represent in a good manner, man. But I thought I'd come on here and vent a little bit, bro. Thank you for everybody that stopped by. I'm gonna be actually getting on this God of War. You know what it is, and I'm actually gonna be live streaming the new God of War 4, bro. And I know if you guys game, you know that God of War series is super turned up, man. It's a dope series, and I'm actually having a good time with the God of War series. So with that being said, man, mile high salute to the real ones. You know what it is, man. Turn up. Happy holidays, bro. This is Nettles family. Let's go.